Hey, welcome to another episode of the Goalpost, and I'm joined by Chelsea's number one supporters, Sihle and Mike. What's happening, gents?
Ah,
Yeah, what's happening?
oh, all good, my guy. Game week 8 was, yeah, it left us with a lot to speak on.
Yeah, no, it really did. Let me just quickly share my screen so that we can all see what went down in game week 8. I hope you guys can see on your end. Or should I
Yeah,
zoom in?
Uh,
nah, you can see.
no, it's
Oh, yeah,
cool.
it's cool. All right, so I zoomed in
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah, so that Yeah, so guys, man, a lot went down, and yeah, dog. Let's just go down the list. I don't want to start off with bad news, or and just so yeah, Liverpool and Watford. I'm not sure if you guys watched that game. Crack of a game. Liverpool just flexed their muscles a bit towards teams like Man United, saying that you know what, system rules over having a lot of money. And yeah, man, they really turned up, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think you used the right word there. They turned up like literally Watford first 20 minutes, it was game
Yeah,
over for them. I didn't get a sniff of the goal until like second half. It was it was a very dominative display by Liverpool. And if you look at that, they were just a class above everybody else.
yeah, no, that's true. When I Mike, did you watch the game?
No, I caught the highlights of the game. I know it
Yeah,
was Claudio Ranieri's first game.
yeah.
So
Welcome
it's not
back.
really a great way to start off. I, I think the results would have been different if they still had their old manager. And I think Watford, the problem is they change managers ever so often,
It's like a
and I
rotating
think that's
door
the
for the
problem.
managers. Yeah.
And now I got them as one of my favorites to actually go down.
Ish, Mike. Yo, I thought you had Man United to go down, dog, like as one of your
Ah, guys, you
favorites.
guys are in the
That
top 10, the top 7, top 8.
So
listen
I
to
think
In the
that.
Europa League position. But anyway, enough about United.
Yeah.
Look, Liverpool had to.
Mm,
They're a good team, but if you watch the game even yesterday in the Champions League, they got exposed.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
our Trent Alexander-Arnold can't defend. Like
Mm,
Liverpool's got their weaknesses, and it's not necessarily a perfect team. Yes, they're good attacking, but then defending, you can actually like pierce through them. They don't
yeah.
have the greatest defense, even though our post goals are busy saying that
Yes.
Chelsea's
Chelsea's
defense is
got the
not,
worst defense.
yeah, out of the top four. So I beg to differ. I think Liverpool, they've got weaknesses. Obviously, Watford weren't able to expose them, but when they come up against good teams, they are exposed at the back.
Yeah, I think you speak on yesterday's game. It was a cracker. And it highlighted that yeah, Liverpool they have weaknesses. But I think that's the difference between Champions League and EPL. In as much as EPL is very competitive, but when you step up to Champions League, that's a different league altogether.
Yep. It really
Yeah, I
is.
agree. But remember, like, Atletico were playing good, even though down to 10 men, Joe. Even though,
Mm.
like, I think the red card that Griezmann got was soft,
Ish, dude.
and
Yeah, I think
prior to that, Atletico would dominate Liverpool. Like,
yeah, I think
Liverpool had, like, a good first 20 minutes of that game.
yeah, if you
Afterwards, it
apply
was just
the rule
Atletico.
of the law, also the to the T, the law to the T, it was a red.
Ish.
Nah, but I
At
think
first, I
when is
thought the ref
common
had
sense
ruined
gonna
it.
prevail, dude? You know what I
And
mean? It's all good making laws, but sometimes you need to also now
Yeah.
allow common
my
sense to
first
take into,
reaction,
like, the guy wasn't looking at the ball at the player at all.
that was
Yeah.
my
He was trying
I
to
said to
control the
myself,
ball dropping down from the air.
yeah, Like
Hey
literally, my
man.
first reaction was the ref has just ruined a good game. And then
Yeah.
the more I saw the replays, the more I was like, yeah, both players were looking at the ball. Foot was very high. He actually caught the ball, but he caught the face. Yeah, it could turn ugly. And I was like, it is what it is. But yeah, Liverpool, they were exposed last night. They were very, very fortunate to get away with that win.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, gents. Let's move on to the Villa and Wolves game. Villa
Cracker.
led two. Yeah,
Yeah,
Villa were 2-0 up, and then
yeah.
Wolves just turned it up. You know, the thing is, the problem with Wolves is that they don't take their chances, bruh. And if they were a team that actually converted their chances, they'd be higher up than what they are currently
But I
sitting.
think Wolves have made the turn because they were in
Yeah,
a downward spiral. They're on their way up. Watch the next couple of games. I think they're on the up.
yeah. And then, Mike, did you check out the game or you didn't as well?
No, I think I got highlights of it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
surprised by the result.
I know, big time, bro. We were all surprised
Yeah.
when Danny Ings, who's this guy? No, John McGinn scored the second goal. I was like, no, game set
Game
match.
on, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, our Wolves 3-2. Shit, man. I was impressed, because I do rate Wolves. They're a team that create chances. They just now need to bury these chances on a consistent basis. And yeah, man. And then Man City and Burnley. Yeah.
No, we forgot a team there.
Okay.
So
You know
Okay,
what's
before
funny?
fine.
You know what's funny about this result, ne?
Yeah,
Earlier on that week,
yeah,
Postles, I think he was hosting some show with Abo Gary Neville,
yeah,
and he made a statement that Chelsea's got the weakest defense out of the top four teams.
yeah, I saw that.
Even though we've kept many more clean sheets than a lot of them,
yeah,
we've got the weakest defense. And first, I think he was like, no, these guys are well protected with Kante and Jorginho playing as CDMs,
yeah,
you know. And look, I mean, like we did get exposed, I won't lie, against Brentford, but I think Man United has got a way worse defense than us too. And I think it's maybe because now also these ex-Man United players live in this little fairy tale where United is doing well and Oli is the right man for the job
He's
currently,
not. He's
you
not.
he's
know.
I
not.
made a
And
comment. Sorry, Mike. I made a comment X this morning. I don't know if you saw it, where I said Man United have a Champions League winning team with a championship manager.
Yeah, real talk.
He is not qualified to be the manager of Man United with the caliber of players that he has right now.
Yep, that is so true, bro. And another thing, oh, sorry,
Go for it.
you
Go
can
for it.
go.
Go for it.
Yeah, because another thing is, bro, like, when I look at Man United and then I compare it to the teams that are better than us in the Premier League, like for instance with Chelsea, you guys have a better system than Man United, but you guys don't have as many game winners as Man United. I mean, you guys saw Greenwood's goal. Like in your team, you guys hardly score the goals that we score. It's just based on individual brilliance. That goal by Greenwood was just a sign, Woody, look what I can do. I just need a coach, for we just need a coach for us to have a system because right now we have the individuals that can score crackers, but we just don't have structure, bruh. And I'll keep saying Ollie out, bruh, till the death of me, man. Like Ollie needs to get the fuck out of our team, dog. Like I've had it. I wasn't even surprised with the result, bro, because I did have a feeling that we like even Brendan Rodgers in the press conference, no, not yeah, post interviews, when they asked him about how he managed to nullify United, he's like, United's front three don't press. So we knew that it will be so much easier for us to infiltrate the midfield. And that's what Yuri Tillemans was doing. Yuri was just running the show. And Hey man, it was oh man, guys.
So
Sihle.
so it's look at it this way.
Yeah.
The minute that Cristiano walked in to United,
Mm-hmm.
um, Ole didn't realize that he's actually signing his death warrant. He's like saying, if I don't succeed with this guy, I can't succeed with anyone else.
Yeah.
But now the one thing that happens is that you are carrying him. This is Cristiano when it comes to defending.
Yeah.
He's not going to press.
He's
But
not.
then, which other player then do? Because you're not going to sit Cristiano because he learned the lesson of benching Cristiano. He
Mm-hmm.
then there was a comment that was made by Ferguson. So I doubt he's going to bench him ever again. But he needs to be aware that now he's carrying a player. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, this McFred combination that you've got in the center there, yo, that center is soft. It's softer
Yo.
than the McDonald's cupcake.
I know it's dead, dog. It's a dead midfield, guys. But hey, guys, I just don't want us to dwell on United for too long. I mean, we will talk the entire day when it comes to
Last
this
last last
team.
last question. Last question
Yeah,
on United.
yeah,
Ole gets fired right now, right? I don't care
yeah.
who's coming in. Do you see a Premier League side taking him as a manager?
No one will. Not even a championship side, bro.
Dude,
Like,
look at Wolves, look
Nah,
at Watford.
yeah,
Would any
no
of them take
less.
the chance?
No, no. Ole has a terrible CV. I mean, Cardiff fans say that he's the worst manager to ever manage them, and this is Cardiff.
Let's
You
Mike,
know,
let's use Watford because you've nominated them as going down. Their team that's going down, would they take a manager like Ole to coach them?
it depends if they wanna boost what's this? Um
boost what, Mike?
uh,
Boost
no
what, nigga?
no, it's if it's for vibes, man. If they need like that
Yeah,
whole team chemistry and stuff like that, yeah, maybe. But in terms of like him having a game plan, then
I
not
think I think
necessarily.
United.
But at the exact same time, you need to understand you can be the best manager in terms of tactics, but if you don't know how to bring people together and have them believe, or how do I say this, improve on the team morale, which look, we need to give Ollie benefit, which you know, when it comes to vibes and team morale and handling,
Mike.
he does. His man management skills are good. It's just the tactics lack.
Yes, Mike. When are you saying this because your team is not going through a lot, bro? I know you. You would have been ranting right now if you're in my shoes. You'd be like Mvana, like you'd be losing your
No,
shit,
I
dog.
wouldn't rent. Like
Now,
remember, the thing is, it
yeah,
depends on the people that he starts. Yeah, and I think it's the exact same thing I'd have with Tuchel when it comes to Chelsea. When he starts
yeah,
playing the players that I don't want him to be playing, and I look at them and I'm like, here you've got
hmm
good players sitting on the bench. You're playing rubbish instead. Then it's obviously comes a situation. It's okay, shit. You need to
yeah.
go. You
I,
know
I
what I
think
mean?
I think United fans need to decide whether Ole is a project or Ole is here to win things now. Because I can tell you now, Cristiano is not there for a project. That
Bro,
you
Yeah,
guys
but
are gonna say,
they weren't supposed to sign a Cristiano.
yeah,
And this is what
no,
I told, and this is what I was saying the other week is that players like Cristiano, even Lionel Messi, Lukaku's also, they bit of luxury players, especially if you're going to be playing a high pressing game,
yeah.
because those guys are not going to press. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So, like I said, I think if United were going to get a player, they weren't supposed to actually go in for
A
Ronaldo.
luxury
And I don't
player.
think
Ronaldo.
if Ronaldo played for Man City,
Ooh, we'll be in
trust and believe
trouble.
he'll be tracking because Aguero would. And I mean, Pep dropped Aguero for just for that. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? You wouldn't mind dropping Ronaldo if he says, Ronaldo is busy walking around here.
yeah. But I feel like he'd be scoring more goals at City.
Yeah,
Everything would be on his plate. Because at the end of the day, one thing that's for sure about Ronaldo is that if he gets a chance, he's gonna
he
bury that
buries.
shit.
Yeah,
He buries
whether
it
it's whether
regardless.
it's a cross coming or it's a tap in or it's a
Yeah,
penalty.
he will bury that thing. He'll be scoring way more goals if he played for City, in my opinion. And yeah, man. high time that United sacked this guy. I saw Paul Pogba spoke against Ole,
He didn't speak
subliminally,
against, no, he didn't speak
but it was,
against Oli. He made a
yeah,
generic statement. He said something needs to change. And everybody
yeah,
deduced from that every something needs to change was the manager.
yeah,
But
man, it
Ole
is,
went and said the exact same thing, that something needs to change. And then I'm
yeah,
sitting there and I'm wondering, I'm like, okay,
and
what needs to change, guys?
and you know what happened? What has happened now is that for the Atalanta game, Paul Pogba is not even in the squad.
So
So yeah, that's why
you,
that's the change that's the change he's trying to make. He's trying to
are you
omit Paul
okay?
Pogba
I wasn't aware of
from the
that.
from
Are
the
you
team.
serious?
Yeah, he's not in, bro. Paul Pogba is not in. I checked
Why?
the
Is he
squad.
injured or
Nah, bro, just in share. Like, you know what? Hlale penching. Or not even a penching, hlalagini, relax. That's
that's
what
brave.
that's
It can be
brave.
perceived. It can be perceived as being brave or a bitch move.
It's not for me, dog. It's not a smart move, but hey, like I
No,
want him
but
to make. Yeah,
doesn't Pogba have like 1 year left?
dude.
Uh
Yeah, he's not gonna. When would you sign Mike for
Yeah,
when
he's
you're
off to
looking at?
Madrid, Joe. He's off to
Yeah,
Madrid.
yeah, dog. And I
So he
don't
doesn't
blame him,
care.
bro.
He's off to Madrid.
I
no,
wouldn't
but
say he
X.
doesn't care. I
I
wouldn't.
remember X having this conversation with you where
Yeah,
beginning of the season, I think Pogba was sitting with a lot of assists, and you had
yeah,
said that he was playing for his contract. So if,
yeah.
if you change your mind,
Now, for me personally, I think Paul Pogba is at a situation now where he'd rather be managed by someone like any manager who comes to United now will definitely start Paul Pogba. Like it's a no-brainer. Like Paul Pogba starts for the top six comfortably. Whether you like it or not. Whether you guys deem him as being arrogant, even though none of his teammates have ever spoken against him, saying that this guy doesn't pick up for training. This guy makes a lot of noise in the change room.
now
He like
I don't
everything
think
is
he's arrogant. I
yeah.
think he knows his potential, but
Yeah.
his age, he's passing that potential stage. He needs to
Yeah,
deliver the goods.
he's in his prime right now, and we
Yeah.
all see it very well when he plays for France. And so, for me personally, bro, it's good that he's not in. I just want Ole out, bro. Like even tonight, bro, Atalanta must do their things, and then on Sundays, Mo Salah, Mo Salah must score a hat trick. If you have Mo Salah in your fantasy team, triple captain him, because he is gonna score a shitload of goals. And yeah, hopefully, for me, I'd rather catch L's now for future W's, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
It's
but
that's
you know,
that's
with
that's
the,
pretty much me.
you know very well when all he needs a win, he gets a win.
Yep.
No, he's not gonna get it, dog. He's not getting
Trust me,
shit.
believe you
Because
guys will probably beat Liverpool.
if he gets a win against Liverpool, I
He's
promise
not.
you,
He's not
everyone's
getting
gonna be
jack
singing his
shit.
praises.
Nah, he's
Hmm?
not getting jack shit, bro. Guys, let's jump on to Chelsea, guys. Your team. Your
Yeah.
team was playing like Man United, pretty much.
Nah, not even. Not
Yeah,
even. You know how you tell a
I did.
championship, you know how you tell a championship elect team is they can grind results at their worst days. And that's what I
yeah,
said about this game. Where sure, fine, keeper was the man of the match,
yeah,
but if you think about the Man United of old, there were times, gazillion times, where you won the league just on the performance of David.
yeah. Nah. Oh yeah, yeah. Back then under Fergie, yeah, I know, I know. Vele grinding out results was our thing. But guys, let's
Because
talk about Ruben Loftus Cheek, man. Like, yo, Loftus
It's
Cheek looked
quality, Joe.
nice, bro.
yeah,
It's quality, Joe.
Yo,
because if you think
It's
about it,
quality, in fact.
he went out on loan, and he wasn't even a starter when he went out on loan. And then when he came back, and then they kept him for the season, and I'm like, fuck, this guy's career is over. The
yeah,
injuries and he's not the same player because there was potential when he was younger, but right
yeah,
now he's just coming. He's expressing himself.
yeah. No doubt, bro. And then Mike,
He uses, nah, dude. It's quality. Like I said the other week, in fact. He's Nandi, Joe.
Yeah.
But I wasn't happy with Tuchel's decision to take off Kovacic and put in Mount. It exposed us.
Yeah, it did.
When I'm
I
starting to
it
think
exposed us. So
personal.
when Kovacic went off, there wasn't a midfield anymore, Joe.
No ball
It was one
retention,
man
bro.
pretty much, Joe. It was pretty much one man. And I
Yeah.
think he should have put in Jorginho in that game. I think we would have had a little bit more control towards the later stages of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
You
But
know,
let's give it to the bees, guys. Yo. That team can
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. Hey, Ivan Tony, dog. Mike's favorite striker, dog.
And
What's your
uh,
and
take on?
and their manager is probably one of the most likable managers whenever he holds his interviews. Because he
Yeah.
was honest. He said, we're playing the champions of Europe and we put on a display like that. And we lost the game by 1-0 to a keeper that was probably the best keeper in Europe right now. And I was like, that's mad respect.
Yeah.
He's a lovable character, and I don't see him staying at Brentford for long.
Yeah, he must come to United, bro. Like, I'm desperate now, bro. I'll take anything, bro. Like,
apparently he's Danish, eh?
he's
Hmm?
what? It's from
He's from
Denmark.
Denmark.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's Danish. Oh, wow. That's hey man, that's cool, man. Hey, anything than Ole, bro. Because right now, Tina, hey, we're getting starved of quality football, man. But yeah, like you are right, Sihle. Grinding out results is also part of the game. And it's not like you guys play like this week in, week out. So I doubt that you guys are upset about the results.
Nah,
I'm sure.
it's not the team.
Yeah.
It's not. Nah, the thing is, we haven't had too many
The
good
last
games
four
lately,
games
Joe.
hasn't been top tier.
Yeah, dude.
Mm,
Juventus are real crap. I think
yeah.
what's that? Was it Dynamo Kiev? Wait, are we in the same Champions League? Are we in the same group as Dynamo Kiev? No, or some
Nah,
Russian
nah.
No,
team.
wasn't it Zenit?
Zenit, you
Yes,
mean?
Zenit. We are crap also, Joe. And this
Yeah.
is why, like, I think people are now pushing for the us to move back to a back four in order to accommodate our attacking players. Because right now, our attack is weak.
Yeah. You see what I mean?
You know,
I think
You
it's
guys.
one of those.
Oh, sorry. You
I
can
think
go,
it's one
Sihle.
of those where um, I was listening to the manager speak where he says he feels what's his name, the striker is a bit overworked. So I
Big
think
wrong.
it's one of two things. He might bench him for like 2 games just to get him fired up again. But I think it's too early to start questioning. He's capable. He's got 20 odd goals in him, and we need that. We just need to get Captain
21
America back
no,
fit.
21 goals and nine. Like I told you at the beginning a few weeks ago, dude. Big Ram doesn't suit our system, Joe. And that's what I say. Like the thing is, yes, he's clinical when he gets an opportunity. But in terms of us pressing high and fit, he's killed that aspect of the game for us.
Yeah.
And that's why they took him off. And I think if you look, last season we were creating chances, just we weren't finishing.
Yeah.
Yes, now we've got a finisher, but the finisher doesn't do enough work off the ball.
Yeah.
So it's basically a Ronaldo situation where it's okay, shit. There's gonna need to be a man that's gonna be
Mm.
doing pressing on behalf of Lukaku.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And then we've got a comment right here from OFS Chats. He's like, you ain't gonna grind out results in the league with a team like Man City and Liverpool. Now it's kill the game and the rest. Can't be sweating every game. Feels like watching Orlando Pirates. Like you need to calm down with the Orlando Pirates part. Like relax with
What
that.
happened to Pirates in Maritzburg right now?
Hey man, like calm. This guy needs to calm down with that. For that, I'm gonna hide his comment for the Pirates joke. Like he needs to relax a bit. Leave Pirates out of the stock. They didn't do anything to you. It's
and then did you
fine,
guys
man.
catch the Newcastle versus Tottenham game?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
I was about to move on to that one. Yeah,
yeah.
Arr.
That was a crack of a game. The atmosphere was like literally it was buzzing.
yeah.
And the
Yeah.
first goal in like the first 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and it just made it worse. And then 20 minutes later, Spurs settled down. Nuno is
Yeah.
doing a brilliant job there. I think there was a lot of question marks around his ability of taking Spurs to the next level. I think
Yeah.
he's settling in quite nicely, but it was a crack of a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think yeah, it was a cracker of a game, but yo, Newcastle too.
They sacked Steve Bruce though.
I thought with like at least the players were gonna be playing to be part of the team that's going to be in the near future.
A lot of those
But that
players are
defense,
out.
if it to they out, so these guys are useless too. The
Their defense,
midfield, Navo,
their
Yeah.
useless.
captain, their captain is the
Willock,
worst.
Willock Angazi, what is he doing in that midfield too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at it and it's like the only one you've got is that Saint Maximum.
Saint Maximum is nice, bruh. I know Saint
Yeah, that's the only
Maximum.
one
He,
that's actually gonna be in the team for the next like 2 years or after the next two windows. He's
yeah,
only
like
gonna be
you.
the one that's gonna still be starting regularly. All the other
Yeah.
ones, if it to maybe bar the
Yeah.
keeper, the keeper might actually also
Yeah.
stay on and be a starter. But the
Yeah, but
defense, whack.
you
Midfield,
speak on Willock. Willock was playing for his contract last season. Because remember he was from Arsenal. He was playing for
Yeah.
his contract, and now they signed him, and then he's just pop.
Yeah. He's back to being shit again, bruh. And that thing is as well. Who's this guy? Saint Maximum reminds me of the time where remember when Vinaldum played for Newcastle? Because Vinaldum was also like balling. He was way too good to be playing for Newcastle. I think there was a game where he even scored 4 goals, one man. You know what I mean? Like he was like the focal point of the team. And then I think Newcastle got relegated, and then Liverpool were like, I pull through,
So
dog. Zwagala, you an uncut diamond, dog. Let's polish you and make you flourish, bro. And then the rest is history. So yeah, man, Newcastle are in trouble, bro. Like I saw they sacked to Steve Bruce, which they were meant to do from the moment they signed
came
the
in.
paperwork.
Yeah.
They were meant to sack the guy immediately and say, dog, you're not suited. But Mike, I've got a question for you. Who do you think should take over Newcastle? When I'm Mike,
me,
as a
like I
manager.
said, I said Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
Thing is, if you get
Conte.
him, then you can get the players.
Yeah.
Because then
Ish,
now
but
you're selling like a proper project. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Where people can actually believe in it. Okay, you know what? Newcastle is actually on the come up. Because yes, now they all money down, but then it's like in order to have a quality team, you need to have a world
Yeah.
class manager. You know what
yeah,
I
but
mean? Once you get a world class manager, you can attract players where it's like, okay, we're not in Champions League now, but best believe next year we'll be competing. You know what I mean?
no,
And
Yeah.
then you get
not
him on
next year.
board now to actually look at what he has to work with for the next, let's say, it's almost month and a half until the transfer window opens. No, it's 2 months. You
Yeah.
know, have him look at what he has to work with. Come transfer window with an Antonio Conte, you can sign 4 or 5 players, bro. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And this is why, like, it's very critical. The manager they get is going to determine where Newcastle is going to end up next season.
I think Conte, in as
And
much as
if
we
you think
romantic,
about it, Lukaku took Juventus from the second division back to Serie A, and they were in the Champions League that same when I think they were in the Champions League that same season when they went back up to the Serie A. You know what I mean? So like I said, I think he's been there, done that. You just need to sell him with the project that listen here, we've got 500 or so million to invest into
but
Yeah.
Newcastle
Yeah.
in terms of
I
the
think
players.
my view on Newcastle is it's a five year it's a 5 year project that you want to, after 5 years you want to then start talking that we should be in the Champions League, because right now they're not even a mid-table side, they're like right at the bottom. So trying to sell a project like that to a Conte that over a period of 5 seasons, Conte is not a 5 season type of manager.
No,
You're looking at
no,
like
it doesn't
three,
have.
four, three at most.
It doesn't have to be. It could literally happen. Think about it. Remember, Guti, right now they've got a budget. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And when you look at it, it's like, okay, sharp. Yes, we cannot attract players now in terms of we. The only way we could be able to attract players, man, quality players, is through the manager and high wages. You know what I mean? You get a couple of, you go into maybe United, you persuade about Donny van der Beek. You
ish.
go back, you go to Chelsea, maybe persuade a Ziyech or Callum Hudson-Odoi to come through. Then you go maybe to France, you get a world class CDM midfielder. At the end of the day, these guys have got money. They can have these guys come. You go to, like, for example, you go to Donny. I'm not too sure what Donny is earning right now. You go back and you're like, listen here, we're willing to give you 150. Or like, not even because he's eating paint. You'll be like, okay, we're willing to give you 120 a week, and you'll be a guaranteed starter. You know what I mean? He's thinking right now, can I get into the Netherlands team in
Yeah,
order to play
For the World
the
Cup.
World Cup? You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And a lot of players will be thinking like that. So what I'm saying is that you can get a whole lot of fringe players at these big clubs now in order to build a quality team for next season. Because at the end of the day, you get Conte in now, guaranteed. By the end of the season, they would have came in top 10 or top 8. You know,
My
because it's only the first half. They
here,
only
here's
need is
my
about
view.
5 players. They only need 5 world class. They need 5 good players. Maybe 2 defenders, two CDMs, maybe a midfield. No, maybe 2 defenders, one midfielder, maybe one winger, or maybe 2 midfielders and another winger. And then you still got Wilson is pretty decent. You got Saint Maximum also. They're just playing off him. And then
yeah,
you just build your team around those two. But like I said, you can get quality players on a premium because a lot of people now thinking about the World Cup.
Yeah,
yeah,
I, I agree with you on that. But my view is the director of football that's going to be coming in at Newcastle is more important than the manager. Because there was a time where Man United had probably the best managers, but the director of football was crap. And look how that ended up. If you can get a good director of football, get a manager who's sold on the project that, hey, listen, 3 seasons from now, this is where we want to see ourselves, then yeah, you're in it to win it. They shouldn't just take whoever is available. But yeah, I agree with taking these fringe players from the top
the
top
big
top
teams.
six, yeah, or top four
Yeah,
teams. Get them there, and then you sort it.
yeah, that's true, bro. Like that's the sort of conversation I was having last week when we were talking about the acquisition because I was on Adam's channel. He's a diehard Newcastle supporter. Like he's the only one that I can say this one supports Newcastle. You know, he's been through 2 relegations. Like, yo,
And he
that
survived.
must be, and he survived, bro. And he's still alive and kicking. You know, so he was even saying that, hey, bro, like we just need to target these French players like your Anthony Martials of this world, Donny van der Beek. Even when you go to teams like Inter, like Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan, you know, he's a kid. You can attract him through wages, same way as how City attracted Aguero. Remember, Aguero was from Atletico Madrid, and just build. And Conte would be scary, Mike. Like I do agree with you with that, bro, that he would transform that team, bro, and make them a competitive team. And that it's high time that Man United change as soon as possible, or else we're gonna be knocked out of that top four, bruh, by Newcastle, bruh. And once that happens, we are screwed. We're gonna end up turning into an Arsenal, bro. Yeah,
Speaking of Arsenal, the Monday night result flattered, flattered Arsenal. It made
uh,
Arsenal look like a decent team, but
nah.
Palace were a better team overall.
For
What
me,
Vieira is what Vieira is doing at Palace is
yeah,
brilliant. Because
yeah,
remember, he came in now. I had him as one of my first managers to get fired. But
because he's
he's doing
black, right?
what yeah.
It's because he's black. Just say it, because he's black.
What he's doing right now is what his name is hoping to he's failing to do in 2 seasons at Arsenal.
Yeah. That's true. And he had no Zaha on top of that. There was no Zaha play. And hey man, like Crystal Palace are a tough team, bruh, to beat. Even how like Liverpool won 3-1 against them, but that 3-1 victory was a hard fought 3-1, bruh. Like
No, it
Palace,
flattered Liverpool, dude.
yeah, it did.
Like
Big
Palace
time.
had their chances,
Yeah.
you know.
I know they
But I
did.
think the problem with Palace, they need to stop drawing and actually start winning games.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, they will. I think they will. I think they'll reach a point where they'll be, of course, in the middle. You know, they won't be in any relegation battle. Yeah. So, gents, we've pretty much come to the end, because that's pretty much what I wanted us to shoot about. Like, I wanted us to just discuss what happened over the weekend. And then for Champions League, you guys are playing Malmo. Your prediction?
We need 3 goals there. Like
3.
proper. We need to thrash and just remind everybody who we are.
Yeah.
We need to keep a clean sheet. But yeah, we need 3 goals minimum.
All right. And then
But
you,
it
Mike?
depends on what. It depends on the lineup. I need to actually check it. It's 8 o'clock, so
Yeah.
it depends who they're starting off with.
Yeah. Because even, yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But we also, because I'm looking at United's lineup and we've gone with McFred.
Okay, I've got the
So-
lineup. Werner,
Ish.
Timo starts. Lukaku starts. Mount starts. It's a very strong side, eh?
Yeah.
Mendy keeper, Christensen, Thiago, Rudiger, Spilicueta, Kante, Jorginho, Mount, Chilwell, Timo, and Rom.
But why didn't they? Because I thought they were gonna try a 4-3-3
Four
or
at the back.
4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We need to change the system because something's not working there, dude. We're not attacking enough.
Well, if you look at it, how many attacking players do we have?
I don't necessarily regard Mount as an attacking player. His input is not that high, dude.
Yeah.
His input is not that high, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is Kovacic playing? Is Kovacic starting?
Nope, he's not.
Ah,
Yeah.
In the middle there, it's Jorginho and Kante.
and then we've got Aspilicueta playing right wing back.
Yep.
I no, this man.
Yeah.
That's my problem with dude. I think the problem is we're not scoring enough, man. And we could actually lose the league because of that. Because those other teams are gonna have better goal differences to us, and then that's an extra point.
I mean,
And the problem with us,
Liverpool scored 5 over the weekend.
yeah. And now,
Yeah.
dude, we're not. I think he needs to change something. The 5 at the back doesn't necessarily. It's not bringing the best out of our creative players. You know what I mean?
But I see 3 goals here.
From who?
Yeah. So it's 3.
From Big Rom and Timo.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be supplying these guys to?
Chill, don't worry.
Oh,
3
Mount.
goals. Mason Mount has got
Mike.
this. What's his name's
Mike's
son?
got-
He's got
yeah.
this. Frank Lampard's son has got this.
Nah, I wouldn't be like dude, it's probably gonna be a 1-0 to Chelsea. Or maybe a 1-1. Like something needs to change.
We'll
And I
catch
think
up.
he should have used this game. No, the thing is, we cannot be playing 3 at the back anymore, bro. Or 5 at the back, in fact. The problem is right now, if I'm an attacking player and I play for Chelsea, I'll be looking to go out. You know, because at the end of the day, we're too defensive. I mean, if you watched even yesterday, like if you watch the Ajax game with it, if Ajax versus Dortmund,
Ajax is on fire, my guy.
attacking, bro.
You know
what I mean? And Ajax play with 4 at the back, bro.
Bro,
don't play with 4 at the back.
Bro, don't compare Ten Hag, bro. Like Ten Hag has 16-year-olds chowing men, bro. Remember when Real Madrid got caught 4 goals at Bernabeu with kids, dog? Like Ten Hag, and his captain was 18 years old, bro.
And
Like,
they're making a West Ham reject look like a world class player.
dude,
Because remember,
Halle, dog.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the leading goal scorer in the Champions League right now.
Dude. And I remember first game week he scored 4 goals, bruh.
Yeah.
What man?
That's
Oh,
because they play attacking football. Like they
yeah,
create chances. Chelsea don't. And then this is
yeah,
why if you look at it and you ask yourself, if Timo Werner played for Liverpool, his goal tally would have been higher. Because trust
Yeah.
and believe, about Sadio Mane and they miss chances also. But the only thing is that people don't have time to reflect on the chances they miss because Liverpool creates so many. So if you
yeah,
miss two, you know with the sharp, there's maybe three, and from that three you might score two. So maybe as a player for Liverpool, there'll be
yeah.
5 chances created for you, and you'll
But
probably
who's that?
bag two of it.
Who's that?
And the
Who's
problem
that?
with
Who's
Chelsea,
the Liverpool
the
number
whole
8?
game, 5 chances.
Right.
Who's the Liverpool number 8? His name just runs away from me now.
Which one?
He scored
Keita.
a brilliant goal.
Get it?
Keita.
Huh?
Keita. Hey,
Yeah,
Keita
Keita.
is a fraud.
Ah. Yeah.
Him and Fred are on the same WhatsApp group.
Yeah. But his goal was a banger, though. Hey, that
Yeah,
was a fire
it was a
goal.
brilliant goal.
That was a
And
fire.
that
I
guy
know.
knows how to finish, funny. He
Yeah.
scores worldies, that guy too.
Yeah. Oldie,
Keita.
dog. Keita, dog.
Worldies.
Oldie. Yeah. I know
So
Chance.
here's the
Sorry.
United lineup quickly.
Hey.
David,
Yeah.
Lindelof, Maguire starts, Shaw starts, Aaron on the one side, McFred in the middle, Greenwood, Fernandez, Rashford, CR.
That team is so imbalanced, bro. You can't have shooters, players who don't think of passing the ball first. I'm for real, bruh. All 3 of them, all 4 of them are shooters, dog. None of them is there to pass, bruh. You see what I'm saying, Mike, dog? Like some things, man, they don't. It's not rocket science, dog. It's
But that's what I was also saying about my
yeah.
team.
It's not
Like you
rocket
look at it and
science.
you're like, yeah.
Dog.
Nah, I'm better.
Dog.
Hmm?
Gasparini's
When am I gonna
boys.
get a when am I gonna get a Ziyech in fit? And I think Chelsea have ruined Ziyech in fit. He was
Yeah,
money
Ajax
at Ajax because they
is not
played
the same.
attacking football too.
Yeah.
We play two
Yeah.
defenses. Even a guy in fit. A guy in fit, you need attacking, you need runners around him in fit.
Mm.
You know,
Maybe that's
I
second
mean,
half.
a prime Mesut also wouldn't thrive in this Chelsea team, too, because there's not enough runners with it.
That one
Everyone is at the back.
he was temperamental, that one. So maybe he should go to Newcastle.
Who?
Ozil.
I don't know. Also, is past the dog. Like,
Costa. If I was Newcastle, I'd go in for Ziyech.
yeah,
And then, like one question: when Christian Pulisic comes in or is fit again, he's probably gonna be eating bench because we don't
No,
have
he
enough
won't.
spaces for attacking players.
Nah, I think Captain America, when he comes on, he's the Eden Hazard of this generation.
Yeah, but there's not enough runners. Like I said, there's not enough because when you look at that formation, we basically got 3 attackers.
And yeah, it's Mount,
We basically got
it's
three
Rom,
attackers.
yeah, Mount, Rom, and Timo.
Yeah, Jorginho has never scored a goal. What's this?
Inside the pen.
Yeah,
He only scores pins.
yeah, he only scores pins. Okay, we got Kante there, but then now somebody that's gonna be moving the ball forward, you're gonna lack that without Kovacic. If that team
But if we,
presses, it's
but if
gonna
we're
be
honest,
Nkinga.
Kante's game is changing in that he's pushing more forward this season. I don't know if you've noticed that when he plays and he's
Yeah, he pushes more forward, but he doesn't
injured.
have the silkiness of the like of
yeah,
Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek with it.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't, and I think what you got Ziyech, he's probably unhappy. I mean, I think he didn't play this weekend because he said he had a headache. Yeah, fire. And then
Yeah.
next minute, 2 years down the line, you're gonna be crying that Chelsea doesn't have enough attacking players. It's the exact same thing when people are busy celebrating because Mourinho won the league. That time, the likes of Salah, and Kevin De Bruyne weren't getting chances, and then they move to other teams and they become big players. It's because look, our manager's playing too defensive.
Yeah. I know, gents. We really ran out of time, guys. Like, I'd love for us to go on for long, but hey, man, like, we really ran out of time. Thank you so much for availing yourselves, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This is the Goalpost. We out. Peace.
Peace.